The Podical sound.
Podcast, you can't win. Talking a good game, you can't win. Topics never lame, you can't win. Win.
Not your average Joseph. Marvelous.
It's ridiculously funny, but funny.
So we just jump in, right?
Just jump in.
I'm Marvelous.
Not your average Joseph.
And we are the Podical Sons. Let's start this show. How you feeling today?
I'm good, brother. How you feeling today?
Just, this snow shit, it's getting annoying.
It is, but
we need to record some shows in Miami with some fucking heat.
Right. We'll be outdoors and stuff underneath some palm trees. You know how they do the football game, the Super Bowl, where they're outside and the people in the background and just
with the Pro Bowl shit where they just decked out we're here in our Hawaiian soap piece.
That's how we need to kick it. That's how we need to kick it.
Damn right. Other than that, whatever, everything is everything. Week wasn't too much going on with the week and stuff for that, but I feel like it still was a week noted.
Yeah.
Because I think where we are with the world, or I want to say this side of the world, I feel like a lot of things are trying to slow down and more focus on holidays.
Yeah.
And I want to say, before the year with its financial inflations and crisis and everything like that, I want to say, if we were in, let's say, previous normal times, the holiday talk would have probably started from the November.
Yeah.
But the holiday talk started late. Because they're looking like, people got no bread.
No bread. People.
Credit cards are being used to a high ass rate and everything like that. I was like,
yeah.
So right. And then I heard a lot of people I ain't spending money on too many kids out here or too many people and stuff, whatever. They're selective, right?
Yeah.
So I think with the inflation and all that type of stuff, they kind of curved and spoke about this time. So I think because Christmas is technically a week from today, we record on Sunday, folks. Mm-hmm. So I think that's why people probably started getting the gear. They're like, all right, you know what? I wind down my fucking list. These are who are the people I'm going to spend for.
Right.
And let me just do this and dip in and out.
Yeah, no, you're right. Because usually around this time of year, you're speaking to people and they tell you, all that shit is already done. It's done.
Yeah.
It's done. Yeah.
It's done. And then so I was like, yikes. But we are here.
We're here, man. We are here.
This is a free podcast.
You don't worry about inflation.
Don't worry about inflation. The Patreon people, y'all a little bit different over there.
Listen, this is a good gift to give somebody. This is a good gift to give somebody.
Gift that keeps on giving. Babushka, no, we can't say Russia. People still Ukraine, right? It's the gift that keeps on giving. All right. Let's touch on a poll. So first poll of the week was be a billionaire or one superpower of your choice. And 67% said billionaire. You about that life?
I said the one superpower of my choice.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I'm talking about. I was like, well, my superpower, I got billions. I got trillions.
That's what I said to myself. I'm like, name a billionaire that don't got to talk to me if I got my superpower.
Right?
They probably hire me as a personal bodyguard. I ain't got no problem with that.
So what power would you use, though?
See, that I couldn't decide on.
Really?
Yeah, because I was like, man, you didn't say this a superhuman being. You said superpowers. So I was like, what is it that I really want? But I think now that I'm thinking about it, the power to control mentality.
People's brains and everything?
Yeah.
I mean, well, yeah, you nice with it because you just got to take Bill Gates to an ATM and let him just give you the combination, take out some cash at the same time, go home and forget this moment. Or you can arrange them this money might only last me about a week. Come back to the same spot in 1 week so I can do this all over again. Right.
Then forget it right after it's done. We covered, man. We're good.
I chose water.
You chose water?
Cover, yeah. To control all aspects of water.
Oh, so you have to thirst, motherfuckers.
It's not even that because it'd be like bodies, so many percentages of water. So I just, motherfucker, I don't like or they bother me.
Right.
Just walk off a cliff. You're like, stop it. Why is he committing suicide? Walkie, choppy.
Bag of water, you.
That's it. Again, and the funny thing too, I think even with all like snow and rain and all that type of shit popping off and stuff like that, I don't say I wouldn't stop rain, but I mean, if you can utilize the water to your aspect and stuff, whatever, now, because think about like how people catch water, like remember in Jamaica, people used to catch water in like drums,
Right.
and barrels and everything. Now you can just catch water as a collective to probably do nice things or destructive things.
This is true.
The answer is yours,
This
but
is true.
67% said $1 billion.
People love money, eh?
Don't they?
People love money, bro.
Don't they? Yo, I think it was something. I think I seen something where the guy is like one of those guys. He's like street interviewers.
Right.
So he said, "I give you $800 and stuff." No, I think he said, "I give you $500 to call your mom and tell her F off."
Mm.
And he said, "I have to know it's your mom and everything like." So he called on speakerphone.
Yeah.
He's like, "Hey mom, how you doing?" He's like, "You can't tell her that this is what we're doing."
What's going on? Right.
Hey mom, she's like, "Hey, what's up, baby? You all right? Is everything okay?" Beep, 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 beep. Shit, who you talking to like that? Bye, mom. And hung up the phone. And the guy's like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was like, you better buy mom something nice.
You better.
Whatever. Cause I'm looking like, yo, for the love of money, man.
Wow. They cold. Mom sitting in the bag of confusion, wondering what the hell's going
Why
on.
not? Wouldn't you imagine?
Till you show up with those Gucci slippers or whatever you're gonna buy, mom.
Yo, just come in there with the cash.
Go, yeah.
Cause what was it? I remember, was it Dust Till Dawn? I feel no. It was Desperado. Desperado, when he was talking about the story, he's like, he looked at the dude, he's like, yo, I bet you $500 I can piss in this glass right here from right here.
Right.
The guy's like, all right. And then the guy starts pissing and everything like that, whatever. He's pissing everywhere, on the bar, all the above, except in the glass, pissing on the dude
Yeah.
and everything. The guy's like, you owe me $500. So meanwhile, he's drying up the pee off him. He's like, all right, I'm gonna walk over there, go get this money. I'm gonna come back. He go over there to the guys and then come back.
Right.
And then he get a guy $500 and then he put $500 in his pocket. He's like, they gave you $1,000, you gave me $500 or stuff. What was that for? He's like, oh, I bet those guys over there, I can pee on you, you won't get mad for $1,000. So whoever's getting the grunt of this shit, they gotta get paid.
They gotta get paid. Yeah.
They be worth your while, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Next poll was, okay, most of the time I don't take credit for these polls because it'd be like 97% of the time be not your average. It'd be like 3% of the time be Marv. It'd be some Marv questions be like, what's your favorite color? And they don't get polled because it's something basic. But then problem, problem
child
piece,
over here.
Some different shit. But I was like, maybe
Somebody out in there.
I might
Podcast lad is
Yeah.
this motherfucker lying through his teeth.
Maybe I was like, maybe I might post a little problematic one.
Right. So this was the static. This was the static.
This was what it was. And like, which country does not like black people more? So the choices were the United States of America
Right.
or every other country of the world.
Right.
And 67%, another 67% said US. So I was like, this is why I don't post questions. How you feel about that? Do you agree?
There's some countries right here, not mention any countries' names. That I just found out they have less than 1% of a black population.
Did he win the World Cup? Is it Argentina? Argentina?
I think baby blue and white.
Yeah. How they erase the black people from their history?
Yeah.
Okay.
It sounds pretty racist to me.
I mean,
that's
one would think.
call a spade a spade.
One would think.
Spades are black, by the way.
I think, you see, for me, okay, population of America is 340 million estimate.
Right.
Say like 110 million of them people are black folk.
Right.
So you have 230 million are not black, right? We'll just say. China
Right.
has a population of 1 billion
Billion, I
plus.
was about to say, yeah.
Now, during the pandemic, we seen how Chinese people were treating the African folk that were there, evicting them from their houses, wouldn't let them go to grocery stores and all that type of stuff.
That's insane.
China has 1 billion.
Mm-hmm.
1 billion.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say the blacks might even be a point of that billion and stuff like that, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then remember the Chinese basketball thing? Nigger, go back to your country, nigger. That's just one country.
That's one country.
That's one country.
One country.
Like some of the other countries and stuff, whatever, if you even what kind of black they want you to bleach, like India and everything, that's another billion.
Bro. One what did they call it? It wasn't one of those countries in Egypt.
Egypt is a country.
No, yeah. So. One of the countries in Africa that's of what do you call it now?
Arab descent?
Arab descent. That's what I'm trying to say. Have workers from Africa go there and work, right?
Mm-hmm. What part of Africa? Like other parts in Africa?
Other parts from Africa, just like
so. This is in Egypt. Egypt.
I'm not sure if it's Egypt specifically, but it was one of those Arab countries, right?
Okay.
And blacks would go and work there, right? They work. This one pregnant lady, right? The prince had her feeding his dogs her breast milk.
Oh, so lady was black?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I mean, black women breast milk been given to a lot of races, though.
Been given to a lot of races.
I mean, like,
now it's gone to the dogs.
You were waiting to drop that joke. You were waiting to drop that joke. Yo, hey, yo.
Gotta get timing in somewhere.
I mean, get these jokes off. That's another country.
Yeah.
You know what? Speaking of the World Cup thing, kudos to the coach of Morocco. Said that win was a win for Africa.
For African continent, yeah.
And then the people that were wilding out and stuff like that. I'm just trying to understand, like, okay, so the people were saying, like, they're like, no, Senegal, Ghana, Cameroon, those wins are for Africa.
Right.
But I'm looking like, where is the country of Morocco found?
Yeah.
Is it in Asia? Europe?
It's on a continent, the same continent that I think you can find Cameroon. Nigeria.
So that's what I'm saying. I'm like, why is there an issue and stuff? But then you had one of the players jump up and say that he's like, no, this is for the Arab people.
Yeah,
the win for the Arab people.
Arab and Moroccan people.
Yeah.
I was like, well, there's no black Moroccan people or no Moroccan people of African descent because it is still on Africa.
I don't know. Soledad O'Brien and stuff is still on CNN. I don't know, but like she had a thing years ago. No, I know. Kamal Bell. He had a thing about like colored in the United States, the colored states of America, something like that.
Right.
But Soledad had a thing and stuff where
I remember that
it was I think just black in America.
Right.
Right. And I think she's Latino. She's Afro-Latino.
Yeah.
And everything like that. So she was kind of running most of the interviews and all the above. And we came across a young lady who, her background, like her family's background is Egyptian.
Right.
So when she tells people stuff, she's African and stuff, whatever, they look like, fuck you, ain't, damn African and stuff like that. And I was looking like, she's not lying. But then it's like,
she's not.
Why are we denying her? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, like who I don't know who creates this.
Well, the funny thing is, people like to pretend the Middle East is its own continent. It's like, no, the Middle East is in the continent of Africa.
Is it?
Yeah.
Are we sure?
Yeah.
You sure it's not Asian?
Stop this.
Middle East is not African. Middle East is African? Where?
North. It used to be called North Africa. Before they created the Suez Canal, that's when it became the Middle East.
So, okay.
When you go home, look at the geography map and you tell me what continent that you see it on.
I feel like you.
look at it now. Look at it now.
Let's take a gander. Gander. Where is... When was it? What continent?
What continent?
Continent is... The Middle East. Asia, though. You're high. You're on cocaine. Asia, though.
Asia?
Asia.
All right.
The map of the Middle East is between Africa, Europe, and Central Asia and Southern Asia.
What country we say lie in the Middle East?
What countries?
Yeah.
Hold on, this Google is high now. It said, oh, okay, hold on. Let me be looking at this Google drop-down menu. It said, these countries are part of the Asian continent with the exception of Egypt. Yeah, because Turkey is one part of Turkey, like Istanbul side.
Right.
Is on I think that between the water is considered Europe. And then the other side.
The Suez Canal, right?
Oh,
is that what the divider is?
I can't remember what water it is. Hold on. I gotta look at Turkey itself.
Or what divides niggas is having geography class.
No, I guess it's kind of like the Black Sea. Because one side and stuff, whatever, is the Asian Sea, right?
Right.
The Aegean Sea. And the other side is the Black. So that's what the division and stuff is. Because after this Istanbul, that's Istanbul and so the capital of Turkey.
Right.
And then right here, this is the Black and then this is part of the Aegean. And then boom, we're now in Asia. As I said, like we don't speak like togetherness and all the above. And the Egyptian folk would be more of the, I guess, of more Arab descent dominant.
Right.
So I would think they would have the division with their people and stuff like that. So whenever you have people from that side of the world want to be, I say included with everywhere else, I find that dope.
Yeah.
I find that dope because it's more togetherness and stuff, and I feel like that's where it should be going and stuff, whatever, right? Because if we're to divvy up everything by continent and everything, where are you sitting? Right?
Yeah.
Because it's like one of my boys, he always has an argument with like this one chick who's from her family's from Guyana. And some people from Guyana, they'll claim they're from the West Indies.
Right.
But Guyana's like in South America.
Yeah.
Right? And the West Indies are considered North America.
Right.
So I'm like, we are not the same. And then she get hot every now and then and stuff like that too. But I just feel like there's still so many countries in the world. And is America to blame? I want to say a good portion of America is to blame because I want to say media was mainly focused on America. Right. Kind of across the board. Like even like here living in Canada, y'all focus more on American media than you guys do on like your own medias and everything like that, right? And a lot of the places and stuff are kind of built like that as well. So now coming across the stuff, especially when it comes to like, say the movies and everything like that. So say they see a movie, or imagine if you're a Chinese person having dinner in like 92 and you're watching Rodney King getting beat down by cops and stuff. You're looking, and in your world, Rodney King might be like a regular Asian dude, a regular Chinese dude, and the cops will be another Chinese person and stuff. But in America, the cops are white and Rodney King is black, and now you're taking this in and stuff, and you're looking like, damn, they're just beating people down. Aren't they supposed to serve and protect? So now they're seeing this. Then, you fast forward to all the George Floyds and I'll just say, pick a case for a cop and killing a black person or something like that, whatever, right? Right. And then when you look at that situation and now you're from another place and stuff, these thoughts are now kind of formulated like, oh, you don't want to be them. Yeah. Yeah. You're safe enough if you don't look like them or see them, because the media's feeding that like them black people are the problem. Right. So I think when it comes to that now you have these countries and stuff kind of coming over, I want to say, or migration. Not even say migration. You go to those countries, they'll look at you a type of way.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been to Thailand. I mut. Is their word.
Translate.
is Thai for nigger. How do you guys have a word for nigger? The color black, like you see, like our Spanish folk,
Right.
negro is black.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Depending on, like, if you're like Colombian folk and stuff like that, I know I heard Colombian people say negrito.
Yeah.
Because like I guess they say like my nigger
Yeah.
or whatever. They'll say negrito or stuff, whatever, right? Like, you know, my blackie.
It's a slang. It's
it's a slang.
Version, right.
But they have a full word to say like their translation of nigga. And I was like, where do y'all learn this from?
Who decided that we're gonna need to have our own very translation?
Yeah, black
just
people.
in case a black person comes and we need to call him.
Well, I know, like,
What was it? I mut.
I mut. Because I couldn't forget.
That sounds too close to mut.
Yeah, that's why I couldn't forget the word. That's why I couldn't forget the word. Because I'm looking like, yo, that shit is too close to mut. I'm like,
Right.
And white person and stuff, whatever, is kung kao.
Kung Kao.
Yeah. And there's your Thai lesson. So you got history.
You got
geography.
linguistics.
Linguistics. You know you got to get a sermon today on Sunday. You get a lot from this damn show.
This is school right here.
This is a school of hard sons, man. Yeah, but I think that's the reason why, like, even you just add up like countries like China and like other populations and stuff, whatever.
Right.
You add that up. I minus France. I minus UK, I minus Germany, those places that have like a good portion of like black people kind of integrated into their world.
Right.
Where it's not really shocking or it'll catch you off guard.
Yeah, yeah.
But I think other places and stuff, whatever, like, nah, I was told, I haven't been to Australia, but I heard Australia's not too welcoming to.
I've heard that.
You heard that too,
I've heard
right?
that as well.
So, I mean, like, yo, I don't think it's America, though. Remember, we're saying 230 million might be a problem. Might be a problem, right? But then outside and stuff, whatever, that world's numbers and stuff are like, I want to say 4 billion strong and growing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I said and stuff. But like I said, America does play a part in the influence of what they show in the movies, the media, mainstream.
It does, because I mean that's
and it will sway people.
One of America's biggest exports is entertainment. So if you could imagine these images of ourselves being just passed around the world, and you're in one of those countries where you've never had a contact with anybody remotely, even probably like dark skin. Like, it don't even have to be black, like dark skin pigment. Because you have some places where there's this.
I know a lady who's Peruvian.
Right.
Right. She's Peruvian. We're having this conversation and stuff, whatever. And she said her father is black. So I'm like, oh, don't really see it on her like that. She has like a little olive tone and everything like that.
Yeah.
Lady goes in her purse, shows me the photo of the Pops. Pops has an olive tone. I'm like, that's not black.
That's what I'm saying.
She said, no. Because she called me sugar. She said, no, sugar.
Yeah.
He black. He black. I was like, I took the photo, held it up next to my face. I said, who is more black? Me. She said, well, you live in Miami, no? You live in Miami. So I was like, oh, you're a sweetheart.
You've been climatized.
Yeah, I've been climatized.
Now we went to weather, folks.
Is that what you
went to weather?
Is that what you do before we record? You like, let me get these jokes ready.
This is
like,
all right, ready.
Wait for he might drop into this track. Crikey, I got him, Mike. I think it was, but I told her something like, in our world, we want to consider him black, but I'm grateful that you would kind of add him to the cause.
Yeah.
But if we had like the great racial debate that Chappelle was talking about,
right,
he might get recruited depending on what kind of jobs he holds.
Depending on what type of job he holds.
Because if he's doing like some hard field work, they're like, all right, we will scoop him and stuff like that, whatever. But if he's doing some type of financial analyst and stuff on Wall Street, whatever, because I remember when they were going on Ted Cruz. Republican from Texas and everything
Right.
like that, right? The name Cruz.
Yeah, you would think.
And then like there's some people like there's a politician named Tony Gonzalez and everything like that too,
Yeah,
right? And
yeah.
then you hear them talk whatever. So like you don't get, I want to say, like a type of Latin hint
Nah,
in their dialect.
nah.
And nothing like that, no accent, no nothing and everything like that. And they would like just claim I'm American.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
just claim that they're American.
Until they want the Latino vote. Then, then they'll dig into some type of heritage background to prove that they're really Latino. Yeah.
No, Brittany Griner. Brittany Griner was a politician. She became a politician after all of this.
Yeah.
That vote game is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
LGBT, woman,
Mm-hmm.
black,
Mm-hmm.
celeb.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, Brittany, you're calling.
Just run.
Don't carry nothing. No, don't carry no cannabis, but just run.
Just run.
Just run. Or run in the cannabis state.
Even that. Shit. I just thought about the cannabis voters.
Yeah.
Yeah. She could swing that vote too.
Mm-hmm. Because I looked at it and stuff like, oh, I got into some shit. Somebody came in my DM and stuff, whatever. How dare you say Brittany didn't deserve to get traded? Whatever, right? So I was like, 9 years is too much for like a cannabis thing. I was like, each country has their own rules.
Yeah.
If somebody came from, we'll say, if somebody came from like Turkey
Right.
and broke some Canadian rules and Canadian governments locked them up,
Yeah.
who Turkish people might say it might be unjust, but these are our rules.
These are our rules.
So
Listen, if they're not going to make an exception for their own damn citizens, what makes you think somebody flying in from another country, because they're from another country, is going to get the exception? It doesn't work like that. Our law is 9 years. Joe Schmo, who lived down the street, will get it. You coming from wherever you're coming from, you can get it too.
that's the bottom line. Cause Smooth says so. So yeah, let's cha-cha slide from these countries things first. Salute to all the countries that listen to the podcast. Salute. And
Even the ones that we don't think had no black people there, but y'all like black people.
y'all like at least us.
Yeah, at least us.
At least us. I wanted to talk about RP to Twitch.
Yeah, RP to Twitch.
RP Steven DJ Twitch boss. Now, I wanted to talk about it, but I wanted to hear what you had to say about it and stuff like that first. Because we always talk about how men get beat down and stuff out here and
Right.
suffering in silence. And you did a post
Yes.
right after you found out that he committed suicide and all that type of stuff. Tell me about it.
Yeah, I mean, I felt motivated to do a post because, we speak about it amongst ourselves and we speak about it on the pod, but I felt it's like something that us as men, in order for it to be normalized, we all got to say our piece, and we got to say our piece openly to the public and not just amongst our friends, not just within our circle. If we keep it within our circle, then how does the message get out? So that's one of the reasons why I decided I'm gonna use my platform and say my piece. And I began to say this is something. It's not new for me to say this because this is something that we say on the pod, and I just felt like I needed to let people who maybe not necessarily watch the pod hear it. And thank you for those who, because it was shared a few times on IG and Facebook. So thank you for those who shared it to help get the message out. But
I shared it. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, that's right. I remember like, did I share it? I'm like, because when I seen it, it was a conversation we normally have.
Right.
And it did hit, I want to say, especially at that time.
Yeah.
For a lot of people and stuff, because I look at kind of like Tears of the Clown.
Yeah.
Like this guy, when you see him, he has good rapport.
Right.
All smiles, all dancing, fun times and all that type of stuff. And
well, that was one of the things that I mentioned to my wife, and I think that's what kind of resonated to me is that any person who spoke about him, they always would say that, like, he's the type of person that as soon as he walks into the room, like everything just lights up. Everybody's, everybody's upbeat, everybody's chipper. And I'm saying to myself, that in itself is pressure. Knowing that you're somebody like that and it's expected of you. So now you definitely feel, even if like you don't want to, you gotta put on this game face because you feel like you put on this game face raises everybody else up in the room. And you now don't want to be that person to be the downer when you step in that room, even though you have problems that are keeping you down.
Oh, shit. And you see, because like I said, I move by my own drum, Sigma male and everything like that.
Right.
So I don't really give a fuck. If I walk in, I'm just me.
Yeah.
I'm just me. I'm going to have happy days, going to have sad days, going to have bright days and dark days. I'm just me.
That's it.
But I think when you have an expectation, that plays another part of stuff in itself. Because I remember like the first time I heard Nz's Ansari.
Right.
When he said, oh, snap. The first time he saw Jay-Z, he was starstruck. He's like, I've listened to Jay-Z all my damn life. And he's like, you finally get to see Jay-Z. And then he's in the room with Jay-Z. Jay-Z's like, say something funny. He's like, I'm starstruck right now because you're here. Now you're telling me, like, he's like, for the life of him, he couldn't even think about even an old joke he probably even said.
Right.
Because like all this pressure and stuff is now on him and everything. And I was looking like, and he's like, when you're saying it, I was like, holy, there's pressure.
There's pressure.
Like, because they know you as this aspect.
Exactly.
So now you got to try and maintain all that, whatever. But like, what, you just can't be? You can't just be?
You can't just be?
You can't be, Shit. Yeah, it was for me, we've always talked about men committing suicide and stuff on this show. And I always look at it where not only just the suffering in silence, but I think the aspect of stuff is that straight men, certain things for straight men and stuff is not set up for us to kind of win or get a chance.
Right.
Like, there's some women that say they like a man who's vulnerable, and there's some women that will call a man a bitch for being vulnerable. For being, talking about feelings and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? Man up. Man up and everything like that, right? And I always say, like, sometimes and stuff, whatever, like, I think I have my moments of when I am sexist. Yeah. But I just feel like the talking up and everything, that's just a person thing. Yeah. It's not really a sex. I want to be smart and say that. It's not a sex thing. But I was like, I want to say like poor dude. I want to say more so, because we spoke about suicide and stuff like that, whatever. I think that episode I remember. That episode you remember. Some comprehension. Mm-hmm. Some comprehension. And I was like, yo, suicide is selfish. Right? Because he left back 3 kids and a wife. Now, I don't know what the relationship or situation may be and stuff with his wife and everything like that, but certain things like to that degree, what kind of holds you back from going that extra route? Because I want to say, like, I speak for myself, and I don't know if it might hit other hetero men, but I'm like, there's nothing like being embraced by the woman that that loves you.
Yeah, I can agree to that.
Like, I feel like even if it's your mom, that's a hell of a feeling. But much as this is like, somebody you're intimate with, and like, you're embraced by, that goes a long way. Yeah. So I feel like the world doesn't seem that bad when you have something like that. Right. But to what we're seeing, it seemed like he had that and still did that. Right. Yeah. So I'm like, where's the disconnect and stuff like that, whatever, right? So me and somebody else was at work, we were shooting the shit, whatever. We were saying, like, there's some theories to this shit. I just said, I'm like, it might have been a side piece because, like, the whole thing and stuff was formed. Like, his wife went to the police and said, like, yo, he never leaves his car. Right. His car's at the house. And he's not there. And he checked into the telly to do this. Right. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking like, it seemed foul play and stuff for there, but everything else suicide seems plausible and foul play seems plausible.
Right.
And everything like that. Because it says self-inflicted gunshot wound.
Oh, that's how he did it.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure on how he committed it.
Yeah. Self-inflicted gunshot wound. That's how they found him and stuff like that. So I'm assuming
Was he the owner of the actual firearm or?
They didn't specify. They didn't specify. So I was like, this is very, very unfortunate. We still say you don't hear what you don't reveal.
Right.
And you got to deem some people worthy enough to share some of this weight with, man. Like the world is shit out here is heavy. We had a heavy year. We had a heavy year.
Talk about it.
Yo, people are out here like I never imagined that I had a conversation like somebody's like, I'm from a war-torn country in Europe. I'm like, now you have people from like Ukraine and stuff like that, fled the country and all those type of things and stuff like that.
Well, I think it was either last week or 2 weeks ago within the city of Brampton, right? People were out in the streets protesting because in the last 2 months, interest rates have risen 5 times. So people who might have been started off the year paying like something like maybe $1,100 a month for mortgage are now paying close to like 18, almost pushing 20. Like their mortgages almost doubled in a space of 2 months. And if you're already budgeting to make ends meet, and now this hits you,
you got to come put a whole another $700.
Yeah. That's stressful.
Of course it is. Of course. A lot. Everything, because it's a lot that happened and stuff within just this year by itself, much less. This man was 40 years old.
Right.
He was in between our ages.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I looked at it stuff as where I know some men who are 40 plus.
Right.
And times is hard, but I think their love and support corner, like we say, kind of held it down for them to kind of hold him, bring him back from the brink.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then I look at it stuff as where he didn't even, I'm going to say, it's not fair to say this and stuff like that, but I was looking, I'm like, don't they say people go through midlife crisis like in their 40s?
Yeah.
I was like, did he even have a midlife crisis?
Well, this is one of the things, right? And I was asking my wife this, right? And I don't know, maybe I'll pose the question to you. It's easy to put on a face and fool others. Do you think it's that easy to do that with like your significant other who may have known you for like maybe like let's say 5+ years?
I don't think so. Because the reason I say I don't think so, because I look at it where you would hope that people are in tune with each other.
Right.
Or like you pay attention.
Right.
Because some people and stuff, I heard some people say like they're in a relationship and they still feel alone.
Yes.
Right? So if you're not really being seen by said person and stuff, whatever, that's plausible.
Right.
Because like with the pandemic, when the NBA shut down and stuff, whatever, dudes like day 23, no NBA. Finally had a conversation with my wife, found out her favorite color is green. Who the fuck likes the color green? You know what I'm saying? I'm looking like, this is your wife, though. You at least, hopefully, at least you spent a year of engagement and you don't know her favorite color.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like some people and stuff, they don't see the spouse. They just see it as like another person there.
Because I think what raised the question in my mind is because first and foremost, I just know him as the dancer and then the DJ on Ellen Show. I didn't know nothing about his private life. I didn't know that he had kids. I didn't know that he had a wife, right?
Okay.
But then when everything popped off and he committed suicide and he said, the condolences to the wife and kids. It's okay, he was married and he had kids. Then when the first video popped up with him and his wife dancing, it's like, this was just 24 hours before. And I'm looking at it, I'm saying, okay, it's him and his wife, but I didn't see the wife dance in the video. So I was like, okay, now I know what the wife looks like. But then subsequently after that, I started seeing different videos pop up where
him and the wife are dancing.
So I said, oh, okay, the wife is a dancer. So I was like, you guys share a common bond, right? So I'm just trying to figure out, like, was there no signs that she could have picked up on, or you know what I mean? It's like, do you hide it that well that even your significant other can't tell what's going on?
Well, so put like this, as opposed to whatever, right? Because I want to say, like, this is where I go back to, like, side note about, like, the toxic chicks and stuff on the gram.
Yeah,
I look at it where in my iPhone in itself, right, in my phone in itself, like in the my camera roll, I might have like 900 something odd photos in here,
right.
But if you only say like you have like less than 24, you're toxic. You got mad stuff because your camera roll keeps a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Now he could have had that video waiting and chilling on deck. Right. And let's say they had an argument or some shit like that, whatever. Let's say days before.
Right.
And then he probably posted a video to kind of win her over and everything like that. Yeah. And everything like, look at us in happier times and everything. He's like, nah, fuck that. And then he did what he did.
Right.
But as I'm saying, like, I don't really try to go too much by the post because yes, it's timestamped that it was uploaded the day before.
Right. When
was the video
recorded?
That.
Got it.
And like I said, like significant other, like hopefully you would want, or I would hope somebody is with somebody that will kind of pick up these cues and these signs and stuff like that, whatever. Because, you know, they say like, you know, women's intuition sometimes, like, I guess if the guy's cheating or he's doing some other shit.
Yeah.
You don't normally do that. Why are you doing that? Like, I feel like that woman's attentive.
Right.
To know what the fuck is going on and everything like that, right?
Yeah.
But then again, like, I feel like when you're upset with a person, you tend to not give a fuck about anybody else. You just tend to give about why you're upset.
Right.
So let's say, and I'm not throwing anything in their household, but let's say if she would just wasn't fucking with him and stuff at that time period and stuff like that, that like I said, the embrace of your wife or of your significant other and everything like that, that could have probably held him back from
doing whatever he did. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't think it was a happy ride, but all things that glitter is not gold.
It's true.
And then, like I said, there's like no shade and stuff for the today household and stuff. But I just look at it like, we just got to look at these things and stuff. It's like, yo, these are human issues, human problems. Yes, he might have more dollars and stuff like that than the average and everything like that. But there's not too much variance between our problems and like that. It's just like, I want to say income would just separate us.
It would just separate.
That's it.
Yeah. Income
will separate us and stuff, whatever. Because I'm like, that's not my check and stuff, whatever. Like Beyonce's still human and humans get diarrhea. Yeah. Not saying that Beyonce got diarrhea, but it's possible.
It's possible.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking like, we're still human. I think that's what we need to strip down.
I mean, a couple months before, if that teacher did not make that post, we probably wouldn't have known what was eating at him. What had made him, kill himself at, was it Disneyland? Or Disney World or something?
Oh, Disneyland. Yeah, the music teacher.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. He laid it out.
Yeah, I mean, he laid it out.
I know a dude too. Fuck. Well, it wasn't my friend, but I know of dude. And they were talking about like some, I think this is like some dark times or some shit like that, whatever. The man, play this. The man's pops called him one day.
Right.
The man's pops called him one day. And he's like, yo, I need you to write this down and stuff. And he's giving him like codes and everything and stuff like that, whatever.
Yeah.
And he's giving like a whole bunch of like credit card information, bank information, and all this type of stuff and everything like that. So he's like, why are you giving me all this information and stuff for whatever? And he's like, his father's like, well, just in any case stuff and everything like that, whatever. If I'm not here tomorrow, take the money out tonight. So at least you have something and stuff like that, whatever. So that if I'm dead and gone tomorrow, and he's like, that was the most chilling phone call he ever got.
Yeah.
So he said he had to fucking shut down shop wherever he was and everything. He's like,
just go wherever.
Yeah, because he said basically he was having fun.
Right.
He said he was having fun doing whatever and everything like that. Yeah. Whatever. He's like he's probably getting some debauchery.
Yeah.
And he's getting this phone call. He's looking like, Dad, like, you should be in fucking bed right now, whatever, right? So he's like, yo. And he took the phone call and stuff, whatever. And he's like, he said he's basically saying he's like, yo, like we were here, women were here,
Yeah.
alcohol was flowing, we were living.
Right.
And wherever, I think he's in cottage country. And the man said he had to leave from Muskoka and make his ass back to Dan Malton and everything like that. And I think he called like I think one of his other siblings.
Yeah.
And they got there first.
Right.
And they talked the father out of suicide.
Wow.
The father was geared to go.
Wow.
Legit geared to go. I was in a failed marriage.
Yeah.
I was geared to go.
Yeah. No, it's listen, man.
I basically straddled the bridge. I straddled the bridge. I was looking like I was geared to go. Cause I'm looking like you could do all the right things for the wrong person.
Right.
Right. And I'm like, you don't know what will bring the person to the brink. But if your love and support corner stuff is solid enough, that would change.
Yeah.
That would change.
Yeah. So
yeah, man, like RIP, man, to Twitch and
listen, man, thank you for reaching out to me when you did.
Oh yeah, man, I got you, man. I got you. Yeah. But,
I'm saying for you.
Yeah.
You know
for sure.
For you understand?
Well,
and I was able to speak to you.
I think for me, you know, so I'm saying, for myself and stuff like that, whatever, right? Because I don't consider myself a suicide survivor.
Right.
Because I didn't do it.
Right.
I just pondered with the thought. So I want to say it was kind of like I had the kind of gun Russian roulette, basically, and stuff, whatever, right? But I'm looking at this stuff and I'm looking like, it seems dark. It feels dark. Where do you go from here?
Yeah.
And it's kind of like guidance. It was just guidance and stuff for there. Because the same thing when I said the stuff about the guy who was trying to commit suicide jumping from the subway.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
It was looking like, I'm nobody significant. I'm nobody special. There was no podcast back then. I was a student.
Yeah.
Right? But I'm looking like, you just need some kind of guidance to let you know, or something to let you know, like, yo, it's gonna be okay.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, it was kind of like reaffirming, like when I was talking to, I want to say, some peoples and stuff with her, because like that night, the face of my son held me back from going beyond.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I'm looking like, there's a lot of black boys out here with no father. I'm about to, why am I going to do this to this kid and add to the population?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then like talking to other peoples and shit like that, whatever, it kind of got bad. Because even though it was funny as hell when I was cracking a joke with, I was salute to Ben. I was talking to Ben one day. Ben's like, yo, after that whole situation, boy, you kind of like a crackhead. You lost mad weight. We were concerned, but we didn't want to bring it to you because we know you were going through some deep and dark times and stuff like that, whatever, right? I got my weight up, bitch. But then, you know what I'm saying? I was like, it has to at least come from a love and support corner. And the peoples that I feel like they claim that they don't, whatever, you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised because whatever you put out there is what it gets back. If you put out asshole type tendencies and bad behavior and shit like that, of course people don't even want to fuck with you.
Right. Yeah.
But if you put out like good vibes and stuff like that, or even like, you don't have to be, I want to say, a loud person. Or like, you know, that presenting, like, you know, like people know this is you.
Yeah.
You could be a person that they could even discover. But you just have to resonate, or you just have to feel like this person is of my ilk. And you want to discuss some things. You want to talk about some things. You want to open up some things and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
People might yuck you for your yum. There's a lot of, like I said, that's why this used to be a no judgment type of podcast.
Used to be.
Used to be. But I mean, like the judgment and stuff is like strong out here. When I try to make sure I live my life with no judgment and stuff. So when people come to me and confide in me and everything like that, that shit just kind of, the buck stops there.
Yes.
To let them know like it's okay. Your secret is safe and I'm not here to judge you on whatever took place and stuff like that because you're human.
Yeah.
Right? Some people and stuff would be like, damn, why you do that? Damn, you fucked up. That's not really making the person's situation any better.
It doesn't.
So who knows where it might go and stuff from there when the person's out of your eyesight.
Yeah.
And your eye shot, you know what I'm saying? So it's thoughts and prayers to the fam. And men, please. You don't need to suffer in silence and stuff out here and everything. Please talk to somebody.
Yeah.
Talk to somebody. There are suicide hotlines and stuff damn near everywhere now in North America. I can't speak about other places and stuff in the world, but North America, the suicide lines and stuff, whatever. Like, of course, in January coming up, Bell, let's talk and all that type of stuff and everything. But please take the time and stuff to actually just know for a fact you are loved.
Yeah.
And then, that's it. On that matter. Some brighter news. Jaylen Smith, youngest mayor in Arkansas, and probably the youngest mayor in U.S. history. Let's clap it up.
Let's clap that up for that.
Did I mention he was black? I'm not like I'm black fishing for anything, but
Let's clap that up.
18 and you were elected mayor.
I can't tell you what was on my mind when I was 18. It sure damn hell wasn't looking to
save the damn or lead the city and shit like that, lead the town.
Yeah.
Right? What would you do if you were mayor today? You were the mayor of Brampton. What do you got on your agenda?
First thing on my agenda is to find a way like how Vladimir did to see how I can extend my period. Putin
got low key like dictatorship going on over there. So you want a lot.
Bruh.
But what's the name again? God bless her. Hazel McCallion.
Yeah.
How long was Hazel running for? Hazel was mayor for like...
I think it was more than 20 years deep she was mayor.
That's what I'm about to say. More than 20 years she was a mayor for.
I think so.
If it ain't broken, don't fix it.
Don't fix it.
So it's possible.
It's possible, yeah.
You just got to keep doing the right things for the people to kind of just love you and like you.
Hmm?
Right? If I was mayor...
What's the first thing you're doing?
The very first thing I'm doing... Well, I got a lot of shit, but I think the very first thing I'm doing is... I'm not even going to lie to you. I got to get rid of the fucking... I want to create an incentive. So my incentive and stuff, whatever, is that... and it's not originally my thought. It was from Freakonomics. Okay. But I kind of remixed it and stuff, whatever. If the government told you and stuff, whatever, like you live within the city, right? And you didn't get any kind of traffic violations, no parking tickets, no red light cameras, no speeding and nothing like that, whatever. Right. I get $50 at the end of the year. Okay. So from January 1st to December 31st, that following January, you get $50 and stuff and everything like that. I want to see how traffic would change and stuff, whatever. Because the motherfuckers knew they were getting money. Yeah. For having a clean record and stuff like that, whatever, they'll break the neck. Because it's kind of like perfect attendance. When it came to like schools and jobs and stuff like that, because I think jobs before, they're like, well, you had perfect attendance. So here's a voucher, here's a gift and all that type of stuff.
If you didn't miss a day of work and
You had the few people that were like, motherfucker, kiss ass and everything. Like, but then you had other ones like, I only missed one day. I can do that. I can use that. That can go along with. I can go an extra way and stuff. Yeah. The incentive program, I would definitely create an incentive and stuff for something. And then the next thing and stuff is that I want to make sure I get any fucking tickets at all. I'm doing this is my city, my block. Yeah, What the fuck I look like getting a damn ticket and stuff, whatever for? Nah. Even one of my peoples and stuff, whatever, be like, even you came to me and stuff, and they're like, yo, I was parked and stuff, and fucking ticket, man. I go bring it in like, hey, take this off.
Speaking of that, right? And speaking of Mayor Hazel, one time a police officer pulled her over and she was a little saucy, right?
Oh, I heard it is. Right? It's like not too far, a few years back.
A few years back. She was a little saucy, right? And I mean, we going to throw our mayor powers, right? She didn't have to throw her mayor powers. This is how loved this woman is. The officer let her go. The next day, she went to the police station, and I don't know if he got fired or at least got reprimanded because he didn't do his job.
She did that to him?
Yes.
Hazel, you're a...
Yes.
Hazel, you're a dick. I'm sorry. You're like, why though? Like, why? You bless me. I gotta look at it like this. The ideal world for me in my head, right? Like, in general stuff is that like, picture you can just imagine if you don't have to carry a single red cent. You get dressed, you go in your car, say your gas light come on and everything like that. You pull over, you're like, yo, they're like, oh shit, it's smooth. Yeah. Your shit broke down, we'll get you some gas. Like, you're blessed.
Mm-hmm.
So people now, they're blessing you in this place. And you're like, oh, this motherfucker ain't do his job right. Let me go pull his car. That's a dick move. That's
cold.
Dick move, Hazel. That's a dick move. That's what happened with that situation. I told her she was saucy and then like something with the police, but I'm looking like, couldn't she out throw her own ticket? Like,
but I mean, also, who gonna prosecute the
that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Because much as like if you're like, okay, you're drunk driving, now you can't. We don't want you to be driving and stuff like. All right, well, taxes are going up because y'all don't pay my Uber now. Highlight them apples. Highlight me now. I don't know, man. It would, but young Jaylen, I salute and commend him and stuff like. Because I want to say, not a lot of young folk has that kind of. I want to say that political.
I was about to say, look, man, how many 18-year-olds do we know that really even give a shit about politics?
Bruh, I think voting, because I seen family and stuff kind of do voting, and I heard about voting and everything like that. And I think before I turned 18, somebody's like, oh, you're getting ready. Oh, so now you're legal to vote and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
And then voting became kind of paramount for me.
Right.
Right? And there's some people and stuff, but they seen their parents and stuff like do this as well.
Yeah.
And they kind of fell in suit. But I think the average, like, they don't give a fuck.
Look.
They don't give a damn. So like how they don't really give a damn too much and stuff, whatever, to get an 18-year-old to even say they want to throw their name, cast their name like in the ballot, hand clap. Hand clap, that's blessing and stuff like that. And I hope that his movement or him winning would inspire so many other younger folk to kind of participate and stuff like that too. Like, I would hope that this would resonate to be like somebody like 20 years old and somewhere in Nevada looking like, yo, this mayor not doing shit here, man.
Right.
Yo, I'm about to run. And then just make the changes and stuff in your world. Like,
why not?
You gotta make the changes in your world.
Yeah.
Right? You just start from your house first and then go out past that. So yeah, salute to young Jaylen and stuff again.
Salute, Jaylen.
I wanted, since we were talking about the Jaylen and the what if and stuff like that, you ever had like a what if moment, like besides today? Like, when was your last good what if moment like you had in your head?
Oh, wow.
Most recent one, then.
Most recent one? I mean, the what if I win a lotto, that happens often.
Okay, so tell me how that goes.
The what if
how much you winning in this what if?
The 60 mil.
60 mil.
Right?
All right.
And then my first thought was to break off my siblings $1 million each.
Okay.
And then from there, just kind of sit back and lay low for about maybe a year or so, just doing nothing, just
slouching, bumming it.
Just slouching and bumming it. And then closer to the end of that year, kind of start making plans about, okay, what am I now going to do with the rest of my life?
Oh, gotcha. So like basically you take like 10 months.
Yeah.
10 months just doing what you've always wanted to do.
Yeah, just whatever. You know, just let loose and so forth like that. But I was like, let me bless each one of my siblings with $1 million first. So I know during that 10 months, anybody important who I need to hear about, that they don't have to worry. They're good, right?
Right.
From there, just I'm always trying to figure out though, how do I do it anonymously though? It's like there's got to be a way where I don't got to show my face when I collect the money.
Don't win the bitch here.
It's gonna escape.
You ain't gonna win that much if you go out like other places and everything like that. Because I seen some guy, I think he won like 40 mil.
Right.
And I think this is in California. He won like 40 mil. And then after they got him with the taxes and everything like that, he probably took home like 12 mil.
Wow.
Right? When like we're here, like if they say 60 mil, you get, I think, a little bit over 60 because it's like estimated 60.
Yeah.
So you get like a little bit more bang for the buck and stuff depending on how many people, I guess, play.
Right.
Right? For that pot. For me, I always would hope to win the lotto, but I don't feel like I win the lotto by myself. I don't feel like I'm that lucky.
Do you think it would be like a shared?
Yeah, it has to be a
pot?
shared thing. And I think which would be extra dope because it's kind of like less money to give to that side, and that side of stuff, whatever, might even kind of cover the same type of people, some stuff like coworkers, right?
Right.
Like when they play lotto and stuff at work and everything like that, I mean, like, we don't really fuck with the other peoples and shit like that. But then again, when they know if I won with this group, be like, I ain't get a lot, so I can't give a lot. Well, if like
gotta split about 10 ways, man.
Right.
You know how that goes.
Yeah. But I think, all right, like say like you and I won the lotto, right? Say we bought a ticket and it's like 60 and everything like that. And like, we're going to go half now.
Right.
Fam, you're one less person I have to feed.
But that's true.
You're one less person I have to feed and stuff. So I'm looking, I'm like, all right, well, scratch Smooth and his family off the fucking list and stuff like that. And then like, well, he fucks with this person, and I fuck with that person. Eliminate. Now we have to have a conversation. Be like, hey, yo, real quick, did you bless such and such who lives at such and such?
Because you know there's gonna be somebody gonna try to get double blessed. Somebody's gonna try to get double blessed.
They're gonna double ditch, man. They're gonna double dutch and stuff into our shit, whatever. Be like, yo, Smooth gave you like $250,000. So what? But you can't give me nothing though? Heifer.
That was Smooth. What are you gonna do?
I'd have been like, yo, I told Smooth to give you that much stuff for that, so I won't dip it down in too much of our pot.
Yeah.
And then like if they catch both of us at the same time, be like, Smooth, he said, it'd be like, yo, Smooth, real quick, let me holler at you. Come to the side.
Yeah, you're right. We'd have to have the meeting first.
So we're doing a next family trip, and it's on me because this motherfucker wanted a little too much, and I can fit the bill for your family because it's a lot cheaper than fucking with cheaper by the dozen over here, right? So I just feel like my what ifs, my what if and stuff, whatever. Like it's, to be honest, it's a day-to-day type of thing.
Right.
There was this video game way back in the day called Infamous.
Okay, I remember that.
Yeah, you could be good or you could be bad. Right? And every time when I look at like, I try to strive to do the good thing or the right thing.
Right.
But then I always think about like the bad and stuff whatever. I'm like, what if I did the bad?
Right.
Right? Like, it was so weird. It wasn't weird. Like, I want to say, we were talking about this earlier. I feel like I'm decent looking.
Right.
I feel like I'm decent looking and stuff like that, whatever, right? Like, I'm not ugly, I can compete.
Yeah.
Whatever, right? And, like, there was a woman and stuff with it, like, she's like, last week? Or the week before? No, last week.
Okay.
Last week. Because the week before, it was stuff just like little hit on or shit like that, whatever. But last week, I went to the store that I normally go to and stuff like that, whatever, right?
Right.
And the woman was watching me. So I never really peeped this stuff and she was watching me and everything like that, right?
Yeah.
So she, for 3, she shot a shot. And like, I kind of clapped, but I'm looking like, the what if came in. Because like, that's what I'm saying. That's where my what ifs kind of come in and stuff, whatever. Cause I look like, yo, if I get this pile of money, get all this type of stuff, my people's gonna be nice. I'm gonna do some things, stuff, whatever. But like, it was like, what I'm like, I'm not the type that cheats.
Right.
Right. And then when she kind of was she's like, yo, to be honest, stuff, whatever. She's like, I always see you come in here and stuff, whatever. You got no ring on your finger and everything like that. And you always looks presentable. I'm like, it felt like Alicia Keys, like, you don't know my name. She's like, you'll come in here and you'll buy this, but then you'll always look at that, whatever. I'm like,
wow.
So, right. So I'm like, first and foremost, I'm flattered you paid that much attention to me and stuff like that, whatever.
Yeah.
And the fact you got the courage to now, to say some shit, whatever. I'm like, yo, she's like, Shay, you have a woman and stuff though. I can tell, right? So I was like, I do.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, because I would do some things to you if you did it. I was looking like, what are these things you were saying? But I was like,
this in my mind.
yeah, I was like, go on. But I was like, you know what? I was like, nah, I'm not even trying to venture down that rabbit hole and stuff. But those are what ifs I always think about.
Right.
Because when like the what ifs, like, it was like one day I seen this dude and he was on the run, right? It's like, where was I? There's like a spot. I gotta describe the spot. It's like, I want to say by Exhibition Place, not too far from Exhibition Place, but like when you're going kind of north of that area, like when you get to like that Bathurst vicinity and like
Strawn.
I think Strawn, like within that vicinity and stuff, whatever, right? There's like a little mini park with like a hill
I know what you're talking
and everything
about.
like that. So dude was on a run from the police there, whatever, right?
Okay.
I'm not calling Crime Stoppers, but dude was on a run and shit like that, whatever, right? And I was there and I was in my phone, like changing the song. Right. And the dude's like, he looked at me, he's like, fuck shit. I don't know what the fuck to go. I was just like, just lay down in the bushes. Just lay down in the bushes, whatever, right? And the guy did a swan dive in the bush. Right. And then he just kind of shimmied into the group. Right. And like you didn't see anything and stuff, whatever, right? So then you see the cops, you see 3 police officers running past, whatever, looking like, they're looking at stuff, whatever, looking like, whoa. Then you see somebody like, he went that way, whatever, right? And they took off hauling ass to that direction. So then the dude was like, he's like, respect, man. He's like, bless up, man. Bless up. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, what if this dude was a pedophile? And I don't like pedophiles. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I was looking like, did I just let a pedophile go free to go, touch and fondle someone else's kid? You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking like, I was like, well, fuck it. It's done.
You just gotta hope now. You just gotta hope. You just gotta hope the good deed extended itself.
I'm looking like, I guess if nothing so far, touch wood, bad happened to me, so I guess karma was good. Karma is good. Is karma a godly thing?
I used to think it was. You know what I mean? Just from that whole eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth type of deal.
Like, you reap what you sow.
You reap what you sow. Like whatever you put out is going to come back to you. But then I think those are concepts that was around prior to the whole writing of the Bible. I don't think it just started from there. So I don't know if it's a
because karma comes from Hindu, Hindu religion.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, exactly. So I don't know if it was more of a spiritual thing more than just a balance. Like in life, you look for balance. In life, the things are supposed to balance out each other, right? So if you do a certain amount of good, or you always receive a certain amount of good, well, I was looking around the corner to see if any bad's about to creep up. Because you say to yourself, it can't all be this good.
Right. Because, all right, I remember, it's a children's book, Giving Tree.
Right.
The Giving Tree gave to the little boy, gave till there was nothing left but a stump.
Right.
Where's the karma? Where's the, like, and I know that's not a biblical type of thing, but I'm looking like, some people give till they can't give anymore. And nothing never comes back. It never comes back. Whatever, right? Like I feel like some people stuff out here, like maybe I don't know their full story and stuff like that, but I want to say even like for myself, I know my story.
Right.
I want to say about 80 to, let's say 80 to 85% of my life, I've been trying to do the good.
Do the good.
Right? And then the other 15 and stuff that are looking like, it's a necessary evil that had to go down.
Necessary evil. Yeah.
And I look at it stuff
which is, just even think of this saying.
Necessary evil?
No. Good guys finish last.
What's nice about finishing good? What's nice about finishing last?
But I'm saying, if you're a nice guy,
why you gotta finish last?
Shouldn't you be finishing first? Shouldn't you be finishing up there?
Talk to things. Talk about it. Talk to things.
You should be finishing up there, man.
Of course. But it doesn't so I look at it stuff as where I heard some religious folk with the Christianity faith and everything that one lady's like, she has a war room. I think the war room concept is the whole Christianity thing.
Right, yeah.
Right? So she has like a prayer thing and stuff like that. And she was saying like this one lady never wished her well and stuff, whatever. So she in there and stuff like, dear Father God, drop the hammer on this heifer over here. I was like, I thought God was a graceful God.
I don't think that's how it works.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm looking like, if you're looking for like retribution,
right,
that ain't a godly type of thing.
No.
Right?
No.
Okay.
No, what she's supposed to do is pray to God that woman changes her ways. That is what she's supposed to. She's not supposed to pray for retribution on that person.
She's like, dear God, please don't let this harlot touch my husband again. In
Yeah.
Jesus' name, we pray.
Yeah. That's more like it. Yeah.
Because I look at it like where us, a lot of people, something like karma is not like, people look at it as like karma is an investment and stuff as well. Right?
Yeah.
Like you do all this good and everything like that. And then some people stuff that's, it's a sad reality and stuff that not a lot of bad people get punished.
Nah.
But I think some people just feel like their just desserts and stuff are coming.
Yeah.
Right? So I feel like if you take the revenge up and everything and stuff in your hand, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. Because who was it? The other day on the news, I think they said like an 80-year-old retired priest. I think it's like 80 something, almost 90 years old. Just got trumped up for charges for child molestation.
Right.
Like when he was like active and everything like that.
Yeah.
I'm looking like, okay, that might be his just desserts. Right. Or that might be finally coming around. But I'm like, what are the other ones that probably kicked the bucket? What if he died last year?
But I was gonna say, even if that is his just desserts, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he got charged not at 80. What if this man only lives at 82?
You'd be like, well, y'all fit the bill for this funeral. And just kick the bucket in the cell. Yeah. All right. Let's get to the question of the week, man. Question of the week says, do all women cheat? But if you don't find out, then that means she loves you. Now, this was something going on Black Twitter. Because that's a real place.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I noticed. Listen, I noticed for every version of a social media, there's a black for it.
I guess, is there a black TikTok?
Yes.
Well, oh shit. Oh, my bad. Okay.
There's a black YouTube.
There's a black YouTube?
I'm just now realizing that all these social media platforms, there's a black side to it.
Is there an Asian side? Is there an Indian side? Or you just focus on the black? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It might be everybody.
It might be everybody.
But it's just that like
we like to single ourselves. We like to single ourselves out. That's what I find.
Yeah. Remember, white power, racist, black power. Encourage it. So I don't know. I seen this post and the woman that said it and stuff too. I thought about some things. All men are dogs and all women are cats. Cats cover up their shit.
Right.
Dogs do not.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Now, I feel like tons of times, so especially in certain specific relationships, I guess I kind of go back to men in that aspect. Some men will fuck anything.
Okay.
Not just saying that.
Yeah.
Like some men will literally like sleep with anything. And then now, let's say if your woman is desirable to a set man.
Right.
And everything like that. Like, you might wife her, he might one night her.
Right.
And it's up to her to play and, shut shit down and all the above.
Yeah.
But when this lady, I think she made a lot of dudes in a relationship and stuff
start questioning shit. They became insecure real quick.
I looked at the phone that type of way. I was probably holding the phone like, let me crank this volume up real quick. I was like, I mean, it could happen. I don't think it's true.
Yeah.
I don't think the statement is true and stuff like that, but I just feel like...
well, I mean, I think...
Men cheat, women cheat.
I was about to say, I think it's true as that is the statement of all men cheat. Like...
Yeah.
We know all men don't cheat.
All men don't cheat.
We know all men don't cheat.
Ding.
Hey.
Black man don't cheat. Hey. But so when I seen this question and stuff, I was laughing. I was like, yo, I wanted to ask you because I know you didn't see it.
Right.
But I couldn't wait to ask you and stuff. But I'm like, yo, what's your thought on this?
Yeah,
is she like a vindictive woman? Like, from you not seeing her, you're just hearing about this and stuff. Does it make you question the person?
I question the person. I feel like this is what my thought is. she may not have been in a successful relationship, right? She may have been dogged out from men who she probably thought would have not had dogged her out, right? See others out there with good relationships and say, I'm about to throw a monkey wrench in motherfuckers' plans.
Misery loves company, and her nickname is Sorrow.
See?
Oh, shit. Yeah. Yeah, because there's tons of times and stuff, whatever, where like, I see a lot of people saying like, the married couples shouldn't have single friends.
Right.
I hear that kind of combo and stuff that comes up every now and then, because it's kind of like you might get fueled or motivated how their lifestyle is living, and then that might sway you and stuff like that. But I still think it's all an individual.
It's all the individual.
If the individual wanted to cheat, or the individual wanted to step out, or they wanted more and stuff, whatever. The fuck, that person had no sovereignty and stuff, whatever, over them.
Listen, man, I have a friend of mine. Shout out to Aubrey. He's a good dude. He writes children's books and all of that. But my brother, he's living his best life. Like he's probably vacationing maybe 2-3 times a year. This, that, and the third, and all these things. It's like one day I hit him up. I was like, we were talking. I was like, yo, bro. I mean, like you out there, man. You're living your life. I see all these beautiful ladies around you. He goes, yeah, but you don't know how I would trade it for you. Like, I ain't got no kids. I don't got no woman to he goes, yo, I'd love a family life. And at that point, it just dawned on me that some people who are living that life, they're living it because they don't have anything else to do. And they may want something more, but something more just hasn't come to them, or hasn't come to them yet.
Gotcha.
And I never looked at somebody being envious of me with a family, wife, kids, doing this, that, being a family man, especially when they jet setting around the place. I never thought of it like that. But there it is, where you can have single friends who envy you for being in the position that you are.
Grass not green on the other side, green where you water it, right?
That's it.
And I mean, you are the master of your own universe.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you do play a factor and stuff of like where your life is and stuff, whatever, now to where you wanted to go. You are the writer, you are the narrator for your book and your story.
For sure.
So if you wanted to end to this degree or to that level and everything like that, go for it.
Yeah, for sure.
Go for it. A lot of things don't fall in people's laps and stuff like that. The only thing that falls in your lap is inflation. That's a given.
That shit way, bitch.
That shit way off. So, I mean, but other than that, like, yo, be a part of your own, you want to win.
Right.
If you want to win and stuff, whatever, like, like, is this going to help you or is this going to hurt you? If it's going to help you, or this is what you want to be, or this is where you want to be, strive for that. Work for that. Bust your ass for it.
One life to live, man.
Yeah. Let's get to the Ask the Sons. First Ask the Sons this week. We are flying today, too. Let's look at it. First Ask the Sons this week. It comes from Vinny_T. What is the unwritten rule of life that everyone should know? What do you got? In my head, I have under promise and over deliver. I've always kind of lived by that.
Yeah.
And everything like coming across the board, because for me, I think when you over promise,
right?
What if you don't hit those marks?
This is true.
And if people are looking like, you said this, you said that, you said this. I'm an asshole. I am a dirtbag.
Yeah.
Now, when you're like, oh my gosh, Marv, he's so sweet. He does this, he does that, and all the above, whatever. Yes.
Right.
Under promise, over deliver.
I would say there's a time for every season.
What do you mean by that?
Meaning that not because you can't always expect things to happen on your timeline.
That is a hard ass concept to digest.
It is.
When you said it like, because I'm like, what do you mean by that? Whatever. I'm like, when you broke it down like that, you know how hard that is for, I want to say, a good population of the people on the planet?
I can believe it.
Because there's some people and stuff just going to work 9 to 5 to say they're going to save money for a vacation.
Right.
And not knowing that they have to work 2-3 years to earn that vacation that they want.
Yeah.
You're not a nice person, but that's a rule everybody should know, though. I agree to that.
Yeah, you should be able to understand that not everything is going to work out in your timeline. Some things may take a little long. Some things might happen before you even know it.
Mm.
But to say, hey, and we talked about this, the whole plan and go with the flow, right? Like,
planner and wing it people.
Planning and winging it.
Yeah.
Some stuff that you can plan, but in the middle of the plans, you might have to readjust.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And that's where the whole winging aspect comes in.
Yeah, when you adapt.
Right.
All right. Anna_Pogo. What is the most important quality a person should have? Humility. That's for me.
Yeah.
I got humility.
Would you tie that in, or would you say being humble would be part of the humility? Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Humility. That has that humble pie and all that type of stuff and everything like that. And I think humility to me is like the balance. That's where the balance comes from and stuff, whatever. Because you can have all this money and you can bet it on this one thing and then just lose all of that, whatever. Yeah. What happens to your character and stuff after that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if you were a hedge fund, in charge of a hedge fund, you lost all of this, whatever. What's going to happen? Are you committing suicide? Or are you looking like, I'll get this money back, or we'll find a way to climb back? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's that level and stuff. And like, I feel like you have a good portion of people who are narcissistic.
Right.
And you have the empathy people and stuff, whatever, too. But I feel like when a person can master both, I think you're good. Because, like, if you master both, and I tell you, you look like a piece of shit, you're like, shit, I know I'm fucking fly. Fuck you mean?
Right.
I know I'm fly and everything like that, whatever. I'm not saying I'm Denzel Jr., but I can compete.
Yeah.
That's humility in itself.
Right.
This is what the best it could be, and this is the worst it could be. They say you look like a bag of shit. No. You're fly.
Right.
You're not no Denzel. You're fly.
Yeah.
It brings that balance and stuff for her. So I feel like humility, every human being on the planet needs humility. Needs to learn and embrace humility.
I can agree with that.
Last one comes from Star Fire. What's the most messed up thing your parents said or did to you? My mom is a rider. Salute to mommy. Shout out to my mom. Yeah.
What you do?
My mama said to me and stuff, whatever. I swear I was like 10. I don't think I was in middle school yet, though, whatever, right? But my mom said to me and stuff one day, she's like, look, and family does listen to this podcast, whatever. So y'all beef is with my mama. All right? Y'all beef is with my mama. My mom said,
I had no part of this.
No, my mama said, she's like, yo, if anything happened to me,
right? If
I'm gonna die tomorrow,
right?
This person, don't live with. They won't treat you right.
Especially when I'm gone.
Yeah, but I'm looking at stuff and I'm like, well, damn, we were just at like 2 of those names you were at. Like we were just chopping it up, having a good old time and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Can't trust that heifer and everything like that, whatever, right? And I was looking like, this is a family member. You know what I'm saying? And it caught me off guard. And I think my mom had a situation where she was in the hospital.
Right.
She's in the hospital and stuff like that. And then like, you know, like technically I'm not supposed to stay by myself because I was young and everything like that, whatever. Mom was like, she's like, she's in the hospital. She's like, oh, you all right? You know how to cook now, right? Because I taught you how to cook from you like 8.
Right.
You know how to cook, right?
Yeah.
She's like, take out the chicken before you go to school And when you come home and stuff like that, call me, because she's in the hospital. She'll call me and I'll walk you through where to cut and how to clean the chicken again in case you forgot.
Right.
So I'm looking like, or I can go to, she said, or you cannot. You didn't hear what I told you?
Me when you get home.
I was like, hey, yo.
God bless my mother's soul, man. My mother, she discouraged me from opening up a record shop.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What did she say?
She just said,
you're a music man to the core.
And that's what the whole thing I was going off of.
That's fucked up,
She
auntie.
was like,
that's fucked up, auntie.
I was like, she's like, what you gonna do when you come out of college and stuff like that? And I was like, well, I thought, because I'm a DJ and stuff like that. I think when I have my own business, I want to open up a record shop.
So you could have been to play the record.
I could have been to play the record. Well, I could have been after to play the record.
Okay. She shot that shit down.
Shut that shit down. But then, years later, when shit went past CDs and just went to MP3s and all these record places started closing down, I was like,
dear mama.
Mama.
Mama was a tinker.
Mama
was a tinker. Fucked up shit. I didn't like. A former friend of mine, we were in middle school.
Right.
We left school. We went to Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Because kids walking home and all that type of shit. And we're walking towards, I think his house, I believe, was the closest. And then he will get done. And so like, it's kind of like we'll get by his house, he'll go home. And then another friend of mine lived like in the same vicinity and stuff where at the time I was staying at my aunt's house.
Okay.
Right? So we lived the closest to each other. So it's kind of like bit by bit, everybody walk home to kind of just go to their domains.
Yeah.
My other friend that lived close to me wasn't him. It was the other guy who before. After we left Taco Bell, he's like, oh, he has, I don't know, it had to be a video game.
Right.
Video games got me and stuff.
Yeah,
so he's like,
yeah.
yo, come to the house. I got this video game and shit like that, whatever. I'm like, oh shit, say word. We there.
Right.
Whatever, right? So we go there and stuff like that. The man's pops is there. Man pops is there. Must have been off from work because he's in his tidy whities.
Yeah.
It's not really comfortable to see a grown-ass man out of shape in his tidy whities.
Nah.
This is about like 4:30, 5 o'clock in the afternoon and shit like that, whatever, right?
He didn't even got the robe on. He just
fuck it, it's his house. And some people might like, fuck it, it's my house too. But I'm looking like, yo, there's kids.
Right.
You gotta conduct yourself in a type of way because these ain't your kids. These are other people's kids and shit like that, whatever, right? The man reeked of alcohol.
Okay.
So he reeked of like beer or some shit like that, whatever, right? So friend stuff is like, Dad, put on some clothes. You smell like beer.
You're right.
The father, most fucked up thing I heard a parent say is, my mom's shit is like nowhere near his shit.
Yeah.
He's like, you shut up. Your whole purpose was to keep my marriage together and your mother still left.
Wow. See, that's the kid that you got to check in
School
on.
shooter.
Yeah.
School shooter.
Yeah.
School shooter.
That's the kid you got to check in on.
School shooter. Because like me, I grew up in a loving family.
Yeah.
And loving household. So like, I couldn't say like, my family never loved me. I don't know that side. I don't know that story.
I don't know that story.
Somebody has to tell me the story and describe that to me and stuff with her. Because I know my mom and stuff with her was still like, swing that fucking hand.
Right.
And then she'll come by and stuff and kiss me like off guard or some shit like that. Whatever, right? Because I think one day and stuff, I think my mom like cussed me out for something like 16, 17 or some shit like that. And I think later that night and stuff, whatever, she said, I'm going to bed. She gave me a kiss on the head. I'm like, bipolar woman? Like, you just fucking cussed me out like maybe like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah.
I'm going to bed. Mwah. You have a good night and stuff. You make sure you go to bed early. Don't make me have to wake you up for school. I'm like,
Right.
You're not the boss of me now. Like, but I was like, yo, that dude, I won't call his name because it was fucked up and everything like that, whatever.
Yeah.
But like, I think about that moment to this day. And I was like, that's
course,
no way how a parent should speak to their child.
Nah.
I don't give a fuck.
I mean, you shouldn't even be thinking it, let alone saying it. But the fact that you said it,
reality. Some people have babies to think it's gonna save their relationship.
Right.
Whatever, right? So I think like that concept and stuff. Like, I'm not saying what the father said wasn't valid.
Yeah.
But there's some shit you just don't have to say though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Certain things you have to hug that, bro. You have to take that to the grave or some shit like that. If that was the case.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I'm like, what if, like, we're not friends to this day and stuff, but I don't know where exactly he may be, but what if he was that dude? And then now you're looking for favors from that dude.
And that's it.
He took that line to the grave.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's fuck. We are here.
We are here.
At the end of the show.
Hoo-dee-hoo!
So you ready for the So Say the Sons? So Say the Sons this week says, don't be afraid to grow. Be afraid of staying the same.
So says the Sons.
I think a lot of people, and my take and stuff, like my grays are coming to your grays have been here and everything like that, hair thinning out,
right,
and all type of shit, and people just trying to do everything possible to anti-age.
Yes.
Like, yo, this is part of growing.
Yeah.
Like, we know this.
Yeah.
You've known this since you were little.
Right.
Like, if you had grandparents, they were more exuberant when they were young, when you were younger, and they got older, they might start moving slower, or they might not be here.
Right.
I think when you're staying the same, I feel like you're stagnant on certain things with the growth and the learning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, could you picture somebody you know that's probably still living their life they probably had in the 90s? Because you grew up in the 90s. You know what I'm saying? You grew up in the late 70s. You were born in the late 70s.
Right. I grew up in the 90s.
And you grew up in the 90s and stuff like that. You're looking like, you're still doing the same thing.
I know a few people, man. It's just when I thought that they might have outgrown it, I was like,
stuck in a moment.
So, bro, what do you hold? And my main thing is like, what are you holding on to that you can't let yourself grow?
That part.
Yeah.
That part. And yeah, that's well said. Well said.
Yeah. That part.
What are you holding on to? Let go and grow. Let go and grow. Let go and grow.
Let go and grow. That's you. Did you hit? How many times you gonna hit us with a twofer on the Suns, man?
I don't know. No, we cover a lot. Geography. we rolling today. Now I'm gonna roll my ass to the house. I'm gonna go get some food first. Then roll my ass to the house. We are here once again, folks. Thank you for listening to Podical Sons. Like, comment, subscribe.
All of that.
All of the above. PodicalSons.com.
All of that.
We appreciate the Ask the Sons, and we gave you the So Say the Sons for return and a great show. Thank you.
Thank you.
Remember, the difference between genius and stupidity is that genius has its limits. Peace and love, y'all.
Peace.
The Podical Sons was not your average Joseph and Sofa King Marvelous.